And yesterday I was going with this particular model. It was an extension of a facilitation exercise you undergone, which left, I think, many aroused feelings inside you. Okay, we had to close, so we closed it. One thing I had left, I had talked about behavior, feelings, attitudes, values, and the real core of our personality, our existence, is our self concept, which you are seeing in this figure in the center, as a dark spot. So, the self concept is nothing but a person's concept of himself or herself. How does a person see himself or herself without any sort of mask, without any sort of cover? And many times we say in a complete naked form, who am I? So this is our self-concept, and self-concept in itself is a, I think, very important area, big area to study. But one thing I will say that everything we do, the whole world we see through our self-concept. So many persons say that it is the glass through which we see the entire world. And that's why you see that even if an incident has occurred in the presence of so many people, different people give different versions of that particular episode because they don't see exactly the same thing. And that's why their opinion, their decision varies. And self concept, I will not speak much about it. But since it is a glass through which we see the world, the entire world, the glass has to remain very clean. But I don't think anyone of us has a perfectly clean glass. The incidents of our life, particularly our sad feelings, feelings of hurt, feelings of insult, feeling of losing something great. So, this type of traumatic experiences in our life, they leave a dark spot on the self concept. And all of us throughout our life, we have been getting these type of experiences. So many of us are having many dots and many blots in the form of self concept, which basically has is lying at different places in our self concept. And that's why we are not many times able to see exactly what is happening. Many times we are not able to perceive the reality, and that creates the issues between people uh, in the family, in the organization, or in the club, society, anywhere. So, one of the things is that we should constantly make efforts to know ourselves, and by knowing ourselves, we are able to at least identify some dots or blots on our self concept. If not, we are able to remove all of them. And removing all of them is also possible to a great extent, but not so easily by some efforts. So, in facilitation, since you are facilitating people, facilitating other people, so everybody is seeing the things, perceiving the things based on the self concept. And that's why there is a difference. And that's why facilitation is not that easy. Just it was example from a study that behavior, for example, is that one person out of the four subordinates I mentioned yesterday, when asked, he saw that I shall throw him outside the window if he behaves like this in future. It was his anger against his boss who used to behave. So was his behavior because he is stating that, and feeling behind that is anger, and attitude is the belief that boss should not behave rudely, and value is self-respect. When the boss is rude, boss is hurting the self-respect of the person, and that's why this type of behavior. Another person was found sulking by resting one's head against the wall. So what was obviously his feeling? His feeling might be sorrow or grief, and attitude, I should not be insulted. And the value is that personal dignity. Cutting jokes. One fellow I told that in the lift itself, that person will cut jokes or do some mimicry on the boss. So his feeling was enjoyment, amused. When he was speaking, he was getting amused. And what is his attitude? Task is not important. Take boss easy. Values, non-committal, carefree, no self-respect, no respect for superiors. Maybe any one or more of these. Possibility I'm telling. So basically, these are some of the things, some of the examples to understand it clearly. Yeah. I'm talking about some concepts because facilitation is not simply a technique. Uh, it is a combination of concept and practice. Actually, if you have heard the name of Dr. Uday Parikh, I think all of you have heard his name, Dr. Uday Parikh.
Yes, sir, I have heard his name.
Have you read his any of his books also?
Uh, yes, I mean, not the whole complete book, but I have read something of that book.
He's one of the classic books which he had written, I think, in the 60s, along with Rolf Linton. I think it was published from Oxford. बाहर से publish हुआ था. The name of the book is Training for Development. And for many years, it has remained the book, the Bible, I will say, or the most reliable reference document for trainers. I had been fortunate enough to learn from both of them in training programs by Rolf also, and Uday Parikh also. And we used to call him Uday. And also I have got the good fortune of working along with or working for Uday in one of his projects. So basically, in that book, 6 orientations of training. You can refer that book in your library if you have. Right? Told ki theory, theory and practice. Theory is one side of one axis, the opposite side is practice. And content is one side, vertical axis in his book, and process is upwards. So theory, practice, one axis, and content and process, another axis. And basically, these 4 quadrants which come from there, they give rise to different types of training methods. So what I was going to tell that those orientations are important for us in many respects. I'm not going to give you a detailed concept here, but I think all of you might be familiar with this learning style of Kolb.
Yes, sir. David Cole. We have
Yes,
read.
Huh?
sir. Yes, sir. We are familiar.
All of you are familiar with this?
Yes, sir. Sir.
It is in your course or what?
Yeah, we did it in semester 1, sir. All the 4 pillars of David
Okay.
for the
So,
learning.
so this is another very fundamental thing. These Kolb's learning styles that is very important for not only in training, in facilitation also. है ना? Many persons say that नहीं आप concept नहीं दे रहे हैं. Some persons say that you are giving too much concept. Exercise and practice is not there. So all these requirements are related to the individual's learning styles, and a facilitator has one's own styles, which also make him choose or make his or her preferences for choosing the tools, techniques, or whatever it is, methods. And more important is the group members also who are being facilitated. They also have their own learning styles, and that's why one method or one way of facilitation may not satisfy all the participants all the time. So I'm leaving it. I don't have to much speak about it. You are aware. You are also aware of learning ladder. That is another concept which is very much applicable. Last evening, I had a very long discussion on phone with one of my friends, who is also an ISAF's accredited trainer, and he is much younger to me, but we are good friends. So almost 1.5 hours we talked on phone, and in that something came which he was able to recollect better by using this particular learning ladder. I think you might be definitely aware, but just for a reference, I'm telling that many persons are there, or anybody is there, most of us are at a stage for certain things, subjects, certain topics, certain attributes, certain skills uh, at the unconscious incompetence level. What is unconscious incompetence level? Unconscious and incompetence. Person is incompetent in certain areas, but not aware of it. मुझे नहीं पता कि मुझे नहीं पता है. I don't know that I don't know. And this is a state of complete ignorance. Whatever is the education level or grooming level, but there are certain situations where a person is at the level of unconscious incompetence. वो मूढ़ जो बोलते हैं हिंदी में, ignorant, and person is not aware of this ignorance. Now the question is that you are facilitating, and one person or many persons in the group are at this stage vis-a-vis whatever things, whatever talking, whatever things are going on in the group. Person is not aware. Person is not aware that he is not here. Person doesn't know that he or she doesn't know that. So what will be the response of the person? He will wondering, and after some time he will get withdrawn. ये क्या हो रहा है यार, ये बकवास हो रहा है, तो मेरे लिए कुछ तो काम का चीज है नहीं है. So unconscious incompetence is that stage. Now, as a facilitator, what is our role? Can we do something that the person comes out of it? Many times we find some persons in the organizations when we are trying to identify problems in the organization or problems in the department. So if somebody is at this stage and if the facilitator moves ahead, what is going to happen? This person is left out and uh, this person's resources may not be available to the group. Person will be away from whatever is going on. So what roles facilitator can play? Facilitator can, I think, I'm not asking you very specifically, I'm also in a slight hurry. Huh? But
Yes,
should facilitator do something or leave it as it is?
no, sir, we should do something.
He has to do.
Sir,
We
I,
have to do something, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hannah, and we have to do something. What we can do? That the person becomes aware. Is it not?
Yes, sir. We have to make him aware.
The person should be aware that this is the thing about which we are talking, and this person, this thing, the person is not aware of that. So this can be done by some small inputs, by some anecdotes, by some examples, or many times by making other members share. Like questions like, where is the group? What is happening here? Who is very active here? Who is not participating? Who is not active here? So by these things, you are trying to be, basically trying to unfreeze there. Whatever is the status quo in the group, you are going to disturb that. And maybe by hearing 2 or 3 persons, this person also gets, inka bulb bhi jal jayega. Oh, this thing, yes, I was not aware of that. Yes, I'm having this shortcoming in B. I'm having this disability or this lack of this thing in me, but I was not aware of it. So facilitator has to intervene, has to make some intervention to bring this person, to bring this person to the next level. Next level is conscious incompetence, not competence. Incompetence surplus हो गया. Sorry. It is conscious incompetence. The person has now become conscious of his or her lack of awareness or lack of knowledge or lack of skills or whatever it is, attributes. The person is now aware that, yes, I am lacking in this. Yes, I am not understanding this. Yes, I don't do like this. This is what it is, conscious incompetence. Now, simply knowing the shortcomings or knowing where the person is lacking, knowing what is inhibiting that person to perform or participate or become more effective, that is not the solution. Something the facilitator has again to do. Again, facilitator has to make some interventions, and with the help of that intervention, the individual will come to this level of conscious competence. Conscious competence. Yes, I was not knowing that. I was unaware of that. and that was causing this type of behavior, that type of behavior I was causing. Now the thing is that okay, some intervention has been made, some inputs have been given, and now I know agar mujhe, if I was knowing that for example I'm not having, I am not aware of this problem inside me, now I am not only aware, now I have learned how to overcome that. Now I have learned how to behave differently. So this thing, I have become competent, but I am conscious. In what way I am conscious? When the person, learns, riding a bicycle, a stage comes. That person is running the bicycle. His feet are not on the ground, but person is very conscious to grip the handles or the feet, कि ये feet, left feet नीचे जा रहा है, right feet ऊपर आ रहा है, handle को घुमाना है because सामने कोई आ रहा है और सामने some boy is coming, some animal is coming. So person is knowing how to drive a bicycle, how to ride a bicycle, but the person is very conscious for everything. सब कुछ की तरफ वो देखते रहता है. And what happens after some time? The person has learned, but he is conscious. And if conscious competence is that, I can't do things spontaneously. वो चीजें हमसे अचानक नहीं आ जाती हैं. जैसे पावर पॉइंट बनाना सीख लिया, लेकिन वो देखना पड़ता है एक एक चीज को. एंड ए स्टेज कम्स की जब हम एक्सपर्ट हो गए, उसमें काफी फास्ट हो गए, तो मैं बात कहीं कर रहा हूं और हमारा पावर पॉइंट बनते जा रहा है. मुझे याद नहीं करना पड़ता है कि हाँ अब ये स्टेप लो और ये स्टेप लो. और बिगिनिंग में क्या, व्हाट हैपेंस इन द बिगिनिंग, I'm talking about my experience. Many times, even now, when people tell me, I don't know many applications of internet or complication. So which somebody says, or sometimes on the laptop itself, I say you do this, do. I had to first write those steps in my notebook. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know how to do it, but I am conscious of it. So after some time, what happens? Practice, practice, practice. What happens after that? Some more interventions, and then I become unconscious competence. Unconscious competence. I have acquired that competence, and I am not aware of that. I don't have to remember every time, remind myself every time that this is done like this. This is called unconscious competence. So training में, as a trainer, what is our role? Our role is to bring ourselves. If I'm talking of my development, on most of the things, I have to reach unconscious competence level so that the things automatically आ जाएगा, है ना? I was, facilitating this performance management system, introduction of new system in the whole company. And I had prepared 100 resource persons in all my units, and those resource persons were doing programs or workshops, interactions with other people in the organization to make them learn how our new performance management system, and 1,000 type of inconvenient questions they had to answer. So I remember certain occasions, I'm not praising myself, it is a real thing, that people were so much engrossed in that कि वो midnight में 1:30 में कॉल करेगा. कॉल आ गया 1:30 में, टेलीफोन स्टार्टेड रिंगिंग. अरे यार उठाया उसको, अरे सर आर यू स्लीपिंग? नाउ आई एम नॉट स्लीपिंग, यू टेल मी व्हाट मेक्स यू call me at this time. Sir, yesterday I was working with one group, and the person asked me this question. I was not very sure. I have answered somehow, but if tomorrow somebody asks this question, what should be the answer? है ना? और उस समय ना सिस्टम देखने का ये neither there is a time to look into the system or to books or this or that. The question is that कि instant उसको response चाहिए, instant reply, and it had happened at least 5-6 times within 3-4 months कि रात में लोगों ने कॉल किया odd times में and straight away. तो वो how we can reach that stage only after reaching this level of unconscious incompetence, because you don't know ki what sort of questions people will ask. But yes, you have brought yourself to this level, then only this type of things can happen. So this is what the learning ladder is that. So this has both applications. One is that for the facilitator himself or herself, and second thing is that the people also, when the people start moving in the ladder, I think our facilitation becomes more meaningful. Yeah, any questions?
No, sir.
So these are different levels of intervention. So when you are designing an intervention or a facilitation, what is the time limit that we usually give? Is it important, or it is only the
The
outcome?
time limit is important. Time limit is based on your project कि आप किस चीज का facilitation कर रहे हैं. क्योंकि facilitation, I will not say levels. I think sometimes we will talk about that also. But one thing is that कि I am taking, or you are taking a session of 1.5 hours, and there also there is need of facilitation. Do you agree?
Yes, sir. In fact, sometimes the client expects quite a lot from you, and you actually have to pass these 4 levels, and the time given is pretty less. So
Yeah.
then
So-
when evaluation comes, there is a challenge.
So there, if 1.5 hour or 3 hours session is there, then your intervention have to be designed immediately. उसके लिए आप टाइम नहीं मांग सकते हैं कि कल हम इंटरवेंशन डिजाइन करके ले आएंगे, because your participant will not be there. Another thing is that कि you are doing facilitation in a 3 days or 4 days programs. Normally, mostly my programs used to be 4 days, 5 days, 6 days programs, and single faculty, only me. Certain programs like general management or strategic management programs, which were of longer duration, 10 days, 12 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then we had multiple faculty because all the specializations, are there. है ना? So if you are doing an entire program by yourself, or you are the program director, then your range of and type of interventions may be different. If you are facilitating a small group means 10, 12, 15, 20 people. Small group really we mean up to 12. 8 to 12 we say a small group है ये. लेकिन ठीक है, you can have your own classroom also. Many times we call it a small group only. So there, if you are not teaching some कंटेंट बेस्ड प्रोग्राम जैसे बैलेंस शीट और ये सब चीज अगर आप नहीं पढ़ा रहे हैं, एंड इफ यू आर टीचिंग समथिंग लाइक बिहेवियरल, एनीथिंग बिहेवियरल, इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशनशिप्स और EI or whatever it is, problem solving, whatever it is, so there you have a wider range of designing your interventions and using your interventions, which may be different from a typical classroom. And when you are having a problem solving project or consultancy project, many times in the organizations, cross-functional teams or these things are constituted for identifying and solving problems, and you are facilitating that sort of project, then the range of your facilitation skills will be different. I was trying, but I want to know from you that your expectation or your need to learn facilitation. All of you know facilitation. To learn it better, Is it confined to classroom sessions or beyond that?
Mine is beyond that, sir. I want to practice. I love that.
Because the way things are moving, I think standalone training programs are losing their importance.
Yes, they're being replaced by online and video.
Even
Tra-
these are all techniques, whether you are doing online or you are doing this thing. What I mean to say that the standalone training programs, जैसे ये training program है, ये training program, even the large organizations are identifying training programs based on their needs. जैसे for example, I will give example that some organization, this OD program, organization development program is going on. They are having some problem of moral motivation, or they are having some problem of indiscipline, or they are having some problem of dropping productions or whatever it is. So they are doing this type of programs, or OD facilitator is there who is facilitating. Now from there, the need of training program emerges. From there, the need of training program emerges. That yes, this training program should be on interpersonal relationships, because I think that is a problem here. Or leadership people are not experiencing. So there may be some program on this type of leadership, that type of leadership. So that time is coming. It is not that yes, मैं ट्रेनर हूं और हमको आप बुला लीजिए ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम करने के लिए, तो वो धीरे धीरे वो खत्म हो रहा है, वो कम हो रहा है. I mean to that. इसलिए what you told ki the role of facilitation, according to me, is not and should not be limited to only doing training sessions. Yeah, I think all of you are familiar with Johari window.
yes, sir.
Everybody?
Sir, can you explain? I just heard some time ago and I don't remember.
Same here, sir.
It
Heard
means
and
it means
not
you are not
remember.
familiar. There is no harm in that.
Yes.
You,
Yes, sir. I'm not familiar.
everything. है ना? So this is a model of for understanding self and others, and beautiful model. And let me admit before you that
Hello.
I guess his internet is not working. Is anyone able to hear him?
No,
No,
no.
no.
I
No.
he's not there, Arvind, I think.
Okay.
हाँ वो निशान भी ये कह रहा था कि उसमें मेंबरशिप कट रही है, तो उसमें एक या दो रसीदें कटी हैं, मेंटेनेंस तो नहीं है ना, मेंटेनेंस नहीं है उसमें, वो उसके लिए रोकी थी खाली मेंबरशिप
Kinshuk, mute कर
तो नहीं है
अपना.
I guess Mr. Parsa Sarthi, he is facing some network challenge. Why don't we actually use the time to discuss something?
Maybe Arvind is right. It would be like Johari window he was about to start, and I think you know much about it as you shared. You have heard this, so someone can share in the group talking about it.
I think the link that I shared for Johari window, it is very self-explanatory. उसमें कुछ होता नहीं है, there are
अच्छा,
blocks.
मैं अभी देखा नहीं इसको ना, क्लिक कर लूं फिर एक मिनट देख लेते हैं, चल. Okay. Window, finance development, Johari window model. Step 2, let's draw a sentence. अच्छा, डॉक्यूमेंट छोटा सा है, बट वो जो चार्ट है ना, वो उसको देखना पड़ेगा, अभी समझ नहीं आ रहा है एकदम से.
You see, it is basically a 2x2 matrix in which
अच्छा,
you break down what is known to you and what is unknown to you.
okay. Unknown by others, known by others, known by self, unknown by self. Okay.
So you keep writing all your anything about you which can be categorized and can be put in all the 4 blocks. And then the idea is you actually start developing yourself so that everything that is there is known to you.
Okay. So ये known by others कैसे पता लगाओगे? पूछ के उनसे.
Yeah, you interact with your friends, you interact with different people in your life, and
Okay.
they give you feedback, right?
Yeah. Good है.
पूछना पड़ेगा मैडम, पूछना पड़ेगा, इन लोगों से बात डिस्कस करना पड़ेगा, फैमिली, फ्रेंड्स, रिलेटिव्स.
Yeah. ये blind area, what does it mean actually? ये हमें पता नहीं है, तो इसको हटाना है. क्या मतलब है?
Wait, इस diagram में मैंने
हाँ, ये ब्लाइंड एरिया है और एक हिडन एरिया. अच्छा, ब्लाइंड एरिया अननोन बाय सेल्फ एंड नोन बाय अदर्स. कुछ ऐसा लग रहा है कि पार्शियल वाला कुछ है क्या ये डॉटेड लाइन?
बेसिकली इसको ना जब 2x2 के मैट्रिक्स में तोड़ा है तो इट इज वन इज लाइक नोन बाय अदर्स एंड नोन बाय सेल्फ. ऐसी चीजें हैं, नोन बाय अदर्स है.
Yeah,
And
excuse me, Arvindji, where have you posted this material which we are discussing right now?
ये उसे चैट में डाला.
Okay.
लिंक था, लिंक है, लिंक को दबा लो.
Chat में.
हाँ.
So there are a lot of qualities which is known by others.
Are you listening me?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
sir, yes sir.
Now we are connected, sir.
Transparency is also visible?
No, sir, not at the moment.
Transparency is not visible. Okay. It's not coming. Why it is not coming? Sharing is not coming. I'm not able to share. It is not visible. Okay. Zoom meeting. You are listening to me, but I'm not visible.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
You're visible. You're visible,
You
sir.
are visible.
Sir, your
It's
presentation is
What
not.
host disabled participant screen sharing. That message is coming. How to do that? Host has disabled me. Mr. Host,
So I think Arun is the host, I believe, Mr. Arun. Only he can allow you to.
please, Mr. Arun, allow me. Mr. Arun, please allow me. I think he has left. Host disabled. That message is coming again and again.
Yes, sir. He has to enable you to share the screen.
But
Arun,
it seems that he is connected, sir. There are two co-host link connected.
yeah, it is connected.
Participant is there. Host is not visible. Where is it? Yes.
Sir, please share the
Sir,
screen.
you have not joined as a host. Actually,
Sir,
like us, he is,
please.
has joined.
Sir,
Let me
please share the
try,
screen.
let me try.
Now you can share the screen.
Yes, sir. Visible now.
Now visible. Okay. Okay, I was talking to you about Johari window. My request is that he kindly go through it through some book. Yes, it is in my training book also. I think I have given in some other form. But this is essential for a facilitator. The other thing is that I think all of you might be aware with this tool of Firobi.
Sir, just heard of it.
Heard of it. Firobi is an instrument, and this instrument is, I think, useful not only for facilitation. Facilitation is very useful, even as a trainer. Maybe कैसे होगा ये? चलो ये बाद में. I had done some time back a program on instrumentation on this one. I did a complete course for one of the business schools here in Delhi for their students just 2 months ago. It was a complete semester on instruments in HRD.
So what exactly is Firobi for, sir? If you can just give a brief.
Brief, then I say it is about the interpersonal relationships. We have different interpersonal needs, and inclusion, control, affection, and all our behavior moves around these three needs. And these three needs have two aspects: expressed and this one, expressed needs and what I say, wanted needs. So that instruments beautifully helps you understand your needs, and also when you understand the concept and your own needs, you can understand other person needs also, and it is very much relevant for a person who is in this particular field, although we recommend it for all managers. But anyway, maybe some people think I can do the course again on online. That is for instruments, because for trainers, instruments are yes, instruments are very useful. Instruments are very useful for trainers. Anyway,
Okay.
so this is Firobi. Oh, sorry. Are you able to see this? Are you able to see this transparency?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So just quickly, I will move through some, although I had planned for today a sort of a discussion on facilitating small groups. But let me just tell you which are those concepts which are useful. So one is this theory, trans theoretical model of change. It is, name is difficult. It is not difficult at all. The first stage is pre-contemplation stage, and it is the stage at which there is no intention of intention to change behavior in the foreseeable future. No intention to change behavior in the foreseeable. Many individuals in this stage are unaware of or under-aware of the problems. Something like the zero stage, which I was talking to you earlier. So these are simply academic things, but you can have in your mind. Second one is contemplation stage, a stage in which people are aware that a problem exists and are seriously thinking about overcoming it, but have not made a commitment to take. Yeah, but simply they are aware, but they are not sure, or they are not willing, or they have not decided to work on those problems. And third one is preparation stage. It is the stage that combines intention and behavioral criteria. Individuals at this stage are intending to take action in the next, in near future, and have successfully taken action in the past year. So intending to take action, that is the preparation stage, and action is basically taking action. Is the stage in which individuals modify their behavior, experiences, or environments, of course, by taking action. So these are the different stages, and that's why we should not lose our patience when we are facilitating. We should know at what stage we are and how we can move to the next stage. And fifth stage is the maintenance stage. It is the stage in which people work to prevent relapse and consolidate. What happens that certain new behaviors one has learned, but many times you will be hearing that training program mein to theek ho jata hai, and after leaving from training program people forget. So it is something like that, ki whatever learning has come, how it can be maintained, whatever change has come, how that change can be retained. So this was one small concept. The other thing is that this is very familiar. All of you must be knowing that facilitating is, as I told earlier, it is basically bringing in change. So whenever we make any change effort, small change effort or big change effort in the organization, people people are found to undergo this type of curve. The first stage is the stage of shock. Shock. Oh my God, ये करना है, ये कैसे होगा, ये करना पड़ेगा, ठीक नहीं है ना? It is a shock. And when the shock is there, something starts happening, processes start running inside the person, and the first thing the person do, many of us do, is denial. नहीं नहीं नहीं, ये नहीं हो रहा है. Any change you make, any small system you are introducing, you will find first people will be shocked. My God, this leaf system is going to be changed. And उसके बाद में denial हो जाता है कि नहीं, whatever is my present one, it is very good and no change is required. Change will not be done. Denial. But still, if efforts are made, then people undergo different strong emotions, and even they get frustrated. Oh my God, kya hoga organization ka yaar, this new system is coming, what is going to happen? You are seeing it happening at the national stage right now. This happens in the organization. Oh, PMS yaar, 36 years old system, आखिर organization is running, why they are bringing something new? अब तो मुश्किल हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, some sort of frustration. But when again appropriate interventions are made, then out of all this resistance, all this frustration, all these strong emotions, people start accepting the reality. कि नहीं यार, अब तो कोई उपाय नहीं है. This has to go. This has to be done. And again, when interventions are made, frustration remains for some time, but people start exploring कि नहीं, जब ये करना ही है तो how I should do that it becomes better, or it is less painful, or it becomes less rigorous, it becomes comfortable. then people start presenting themselves or doing some sort of experimentation, making new things. That things should improve, things should be better, and stage comes that there is a fuller understanding of the change which is going to happen, and when appropriate
Can I ask a
interventions are
question here?
Huh.
Like as a facilitator, how are you going to differentiate between the frustration which is coming from resistance and frustration that is coming from exploration? Because
Frustration coming from
resistance, like there is this
Huh.
the chain cycle, one is
Hmm,
going
hmm,
down the
hmm,
curve and another is going up. So you
hmm.
want to facilitate the exploration part, and you have to handle resistance part very differently. But when you are
Okay.
connecting, how do you differentiate this? All you see is frustration.
See, frustration may be a result of what? When we get frustrated.
Well, mostly lack of control, lack of confidence, lot of
Yes, when we are
thoughts.
having lack of control, very well said. When we know that, no, I have explained that this system, the earlier policy had this good, that good, that good, that good. And many of the bad things also become good when, that system is under threat. So, but when the person finds that I'm helpless here, I can't do, they are not listening, top management is very much for it. And so people get frustrated frustrated. And what happens out of this frustration? They don't accept the changes. They still pose resistance to those changes. Resistance can be very direct resistance. Resistance can be passive resistance, but they start giving resistance. Now, as a facilitator, one has to find out that what are the causes of resistance, because resistance causes we cannot we cannot standardize it, and there are some tools one can use, some structured tools for that, for resistance. For example, many times I have developed a tool that what is basically making you oppose this particular system. What do you think this system will do, which is not good for you or not good for the organization? So instruments or tools can be developed for that. Many times we do it through some workshop. We do a workshop, and in workshop we use a variety of tools. जैसे बहुत बार हम force field diagram भी उसमें use कर देते हैं, that which are the things which are going to help it, which are the things which are going to oppose it. Different type of tools are used. It is resistance. What type of resistance?
Sir, can you tell some
Just
few more
one
tools?
sentence I'm telling. This is a task of diagnosis, because interventions without diagnosis is just like throwing an arrow in the darkness. वो hit भी करेगा, miss भी कर सकता है. So diagnosis, without diagnosis, intervention is just making a guess. Yeah, please tell me what you are telling.
So yes, so you said that there are certain tools which we can use to check this, understand this resistance and frustration. One was the force field analysis you told. Any such other tool that we can refer to?
The cause and effect diagram, that is another one, which we call fishbone diagram also, or root cause diagram. And there can be, yes, instruments one can develop based on that. There can be so many tools. There are tools. Or one thing is that the discussion itself. When I was going with this performance management system, I think I might have had dozens of meetings at the corporate office at my institute itself. No? Because we wanted to know basically where from this resistance is coming. And if you know the resistance is coming from here, लोगों को fear था कि हमको ज्यादा काम करना पड़ेगा, for example, या हम काम नहीं करेंगे तो वो visible हो जाएगा. Many type of these fears were there. So layer by layer, those fears came out. And when those fears came out, then we made our strategy of how to design our system that it takes care of the genuine issues. And further, convincing these people by way of another workshops, interactions, handouts, whatever it is, that uh, so that this resistance is minimized. But it is a major task for the intervention. And once the resistance is reduced, naturally, the stage of acceptance starts. Shall I proceed?
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, I know I'm going in a hurry. These are the options available. One is escape, one is avoid, all these things. And one is to attack, means being hostile to that, and pursue something when we believe that it is important. So there are different options, and these options people do. Many times it happens that people want to escape, people want to avoid, people want to attack. नहीं ये हमारे लिए ठीक नहीं है. This is not good for headquarters. This is good for only units. So that is an avoidance. Yeah, this is another little thing. An organization is a group of people working together to meet some needs. Do you agree with this? We are all in the organization to meet some needs.
Yes, sir.
Needs may be our needs may be of organization needs, society's needs. Needs are experienced as urges and desires originating from within. Need बहुत नीचे से अंदर से आता है. An unfulfilled need is accompanied by pain, physical, emotional, physiological, or spiritual, depending on the need. So much of the problems or pains, anxieties in our life are caused by the unfulfilled needs. Fulfilling need produces pleasure or relief from pain. Fulfilling need produces pleasure or relief from pain. The need to feel worthy can propel us forward. A fear of unworthiness can help us back. I was talking about self-concept earlier in that model. So I think each one of us has a need to feel worthy. And that person who doesn't have a strong need to feel worthy, it may be difficult for that person to do facilitation. And the need to feel worthy can propel us forward. Fear of unworthiness can help us back. So both go side by side. Need to feel worthy and this hidden fear inside us that I am not or I may not be worthy. This fear can help us go back. We strive for a sense of worth through the drive of greatness, concept se hai ye, which focuses on competence, and the drive of goodness, which focuses on integrity or ethics to feel worthy. Two things are here: sense of worth through drive of greatness. What is drive of greatness? It focuses on our competence. Yes, I'm competent for this work. I'm competent for that work too. And the drive for goodness, which focuses on integrity. Integrity means whatever I'm doing with some ethical, in an ethical manner, or yes, ethical manner. So competence and integrity, two factors come here. People must believe that they are both competent and ethical. This is very essential for manager, but it is more so when you are facilitating a group, whether it is a small group or whether it is not a small group. Your inner sense of feeling competent and your inner sense of being ethical. And that's why yesterday I spent so much time on values. So what happens? Psychological needs, personal needs, social needs, two types of we can divide in two parts for simplicity. And competence, I told, greatness is competence and goodness is integrity. And when we look at different possibilities on this, if personal needs are there and also there is competence, then there is a need for mastery. Need for mastery means whatever I'm doing with mastery, and associated with it is the fear of failure. When the fear of failure increases your need for mastery, then what happens? Then your greatness that comes down. Same thing is here, here below, that personal needs are there, but goodness is there. Goodness is there, that I must be, my integrity should be there. I must be ethical. Then there is a need for respect. These are all our needs. We have need for mastery. Yes, people should recognize me as a knowledgeable person, as a capable person. Here the need is for respect, that I should be respected. I should respect myself. Others should also respect me. And associated with this is this fear, that fear of judgment. When fear of judgment starts increasing, this need becomes under question mark, not satisfied, and we have problems. And when we come this side, need for a sense of meaning and purpose, and fear of purposelessness. You know, many times we are facilitating, for example, let us take in the facilitation, and people have this question mark. कि ये purpose क्या है यार? What is the purpose of this meeting? What is the purpose of this training program? And if they find that इसमें कोई meaning ही नहीं है, तो क्या आप facilitate करोगे? Neither you will feel competent, and nor others will, respond to you. And here is need of acceptance, that social needs, people should accept me, and my integrity is that I should be looked at good for. So this is a bit deeper and philosophical. I'm sorry, I'm not able to give much time to this. I think you can study further this particular thing. I have found it very useful when I'm looking at myself, my competence, my acceptance, my own needs. What is my need basically? Another thing comes, I think this model is very common model, Kurt Levin's model, that any change is not straight away you can make in any change. Change has to undergo three processes. One is unfreezing. The other is intervening, and one is unfreezing is that कि unless and until you do some sort of many persons say क्या आप लोग बोलते हैं उसको I forgot, ice breaking बोलते हैं. Many trainers, although I speak very less about ice breaking, but many persons say कि ice breaking is basically unfreezing. When say people come for, most of you are trainers, so I will give that example. When they are coming to you to attend some program, they are frozen. Frozen means they are conscious of their level, their qualification, their position in the organization, and senior, junior, different type of things, knowledgeable, not knowledgeable. So they come with that fixed mind to your training programs or any training programs. So if straight away they come and you start doing some training program, it may not be received very well by them. Some sort of unfreezing exercise, some interventions which make them unfreeze, that is very, very helpful. And we are very particular, unless until, yes, you might be knowing also, that is Micro Labs, very famous, this jargon is there. Micro Labs, where participants, when they come, we spend 45 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, sometimes more also time with them to basically unfreeze them or to shake them, to make them leave their locations जहाँ से आए हुए हैं. Or after that, you give them training, intervening, your inputs, whatever inputs you have to give in the proper way. And once the inputs are given, it's very essential to refreeze it. If the inputs are left in an unfrozen manner, then those things start decaying. They are not consolidated within the person. The changes are not consolidated at the person level, or if you are making organizational level interventions at the organizational level. So some sort of interventions are to be made to refreeze it. What do many training programs do? You might be doing it. जैसे आप उनको एक ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम के ड्यूरेशन में you have given them some task or some project, or where there is application of this learning, this what you have given them, and then tell them to prepare some project or some answer of some questions, some presentations. So these things are what these things are doing. These things are basically helping in rephrasing. Or many times you say this exercise, which was very popular once upon a time. What are the new things you are going to start after you go from here? What are the things we are going to continue? What are the things which we are going to discontinue? This type of things. So different types of rituals or different types of interventions are required for refreezing. Then only the change will take place. And this is true for your pure facilitation sessions also. अगर आप refreeze नहीं करोगे तो things will not be consolidated, and whatever is your desired result or outcome, that may not come. Any questions on this?
No, sir.
Because many times the facilitator or trainer has the anxiety and they jump the unfreezing state without making sure that people are ready. I know we used to call in our organization getting ready for the program. We make the people ready for the program through unfreezing, exercises, and then inputs, and then refreezing it. Good. Yes. I think, yeah, force field diagram, this was, I think you are all familiar with this, so let it go. Yes, May, last. Yes, good. I think I finished it fast.
Sir, you will be forwarding us the PPT?
PPTs, I had made not a request. I had told that day that those of you who think PPTs will be useful to you, you can send your mail to me. I will send on that. But I'm not going to send it universally to everybody.
Sir, so we had sent the mail.
Those
Maybe
of you who have sent file,
maybe before exams we will get.
You will definitely you will get it.
Thank you, sir.
So this transparency, are you able to see? Facilitating small groups?
No, sir.
Sir, you have to close the current sharing, then open the file and then reshare.
Pardon?
You have to close the current sharing if you want to,
वही मैं सोच रहा था कैसे उसको करें.
तो इसको बंद कर दीजिए, फिर
Close
से
कर दें उसको.
कीजिए.
If you concept, कहाँ गया ये? यहाँ है. तो आ नहीं रहा ये. Yes. ये तो हमें करना है ये. share, screen sharing, new share, can you share से आ जाएगा screen, screen, small groups power, share. Can see now? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are different group discussion situations, broadly 3 categories. One is exploring, that the group discussions designed to explore one's own views and views of others. The other one is raising awareness, group discussions designed to share specific information and to hear about the views and perspective of others. And the third one is group discussions designed to lead, designed to lead for making a decision. So different situations are there, and there are different goals of facilitation. I think we had discussed earlier also. Create an environment for effective communication, keep discussions focused, keep people engaged, advance and deepen the discussions, provide opportunities for all voices to be heard, create environment of trust, support, so disagreements and understanding can surface. Very important goals, and leave participants challenged and willing to engage in follow-up conversations. So yes. So how to facilitate small groups? There are some prerequisites for that. So this is for preparation. Decide who should facilitate the discussion. Consider co-facilitation with another person. Many times, particularly when new facilitators are accredited by ISAFs, what we recommend that at least three sessions, 3 labs, that person should facilitate along with another senior facilitator. So this helps. Consider co-facilitation with another person. May not be senior, both may be at the same level, then also it works. Know yourself before you begin as a facilitator. Identify the goals of the session. Very essential to know. One should not assume. Plan the format of discussion. Pre-planning is very essential. Schedule tentative time blocks. Plan the physical environment. Be prepared with some interesting and challenging questions. The questions stimulate, the questions, make people become more live. Challenging questions, sometimes controversial questions also help. Plan for any materials or help you will need. So all these things are preparation stage. Then comes starting off, that is introduce the purpose, explain the organization and the structure, explain your role as a facilitator. It is many times people are surprised or people don't know that what for this person has come. So basically, it's essential that one explains one's role as a facilitator, what the person will be doing here as a facilitator or expected to do as a facilitator. Set the appropriate tone for the meeting, do introductions, and establish ground rules. Yesterday we were feeling the need of ground rules. So it's better that the ground rules are established in the beginning itself. So establish the ground rules for discussion. Find if some people are leaving early or coming late. One should know in the beginning, otherwise it causes a lot of annoyance to the group also, and to the facilitator also. Getting the discussion started, pose an interesting question or set question. Many persons say that it helps to arouse the interest of the group. Group-oriented questions encourage group participation. Individual-oriented questions encourage individual response. Factual questions seek information from the participants. During the session, checking yourself, gatekeeping. Gatekeeping, I told you, gatekeeping is basically regulating the communication, encouraging participation, advancing and deepening the discussions. Troubleshoot during discussions. This is also a very important area for learning, because I don't think any program, any session, which is one session, 1 day session, or 5 day session, 4 day session, or recurring sessions, they go smoothly. You will always find some types of problems. Either problems are created by participants, or mostly problems are created by participants, because all the participants, if there are 20 people, 25 people, you can't, 15 people, you can't know that all are basically similar. So troubleshooting the discussions. I was doing a program long back, I think in 94 or 95, with Vivigiri National Labour Institute. And the participants were basically leaders from various voluntary organizations. And, very educated, mostly very educated people. And I was doing many sessions with them. So one day, one of the participants, when we were going for lunch, he came to me and he told me, Partha, I want to give you something. I told, very good, give me. So he gave me a sketch of mine. मेरा उसने पेन से स्केच बनाया था, पेंसिल से या पेन से बनाया था. बहुत बढ़िया स्केच बनाया था. And I got that sketch. I expressed my happiness. कि very good artist you are. I was not knowing that you are such a good artist. But what was the message I got? The message was that all these 1.5 hours,
छाछ मसाला ले आती हूँ, उसमें सब डाला हुआ है, उसमें सब है.
Arvind, can you please mute yourself? आपका background voice इधर आ रहा है.
Are you listening to me?
Now we are, sir. There was a lot of disturbance.
Sir, we are listening to you.
We are listening, sir.
We are listening to you, sir.
Achha, there was some noise, so just I was.
Yes, yes. Yes, sir.
So basically, he gave me a feedback that for all this session, 1.5 hour session, he was not interested in whatever I was talking or discussing. And it was really something for me to think that what went wrong. I thought that if there is one person, there can be some other persons also. So from next sessions, I started checking with them. I became more alert what is happening. And that sketch, still I'm having that. It was of 94 or 95, I think 94. To just remind me that how, negligent or unmindful I can be in my sessions. So this troubleshooting, different type of things are there, and a lot of things can be told and discussed, but here there is time, so we can't. Some situations we have compiled also, which very often we are getting from others. So आगे नहीं बढ़ रहा है यहीं पे लटक गया है क्यों? Today there is problem. So then comes your wrapping up. Keep the committed ending time. Yes, this is a very great thing, and for a long time, when I was a very young trainer and very excited trainer, particularly training in the human process laboratories or personal growth laboratories and all those 5-6 days laboratories. Yes, I was getting good outcomes, so lot of excitement, and somehow I had developed a habit of not ending the program in time. वो मैं क्या करता था कि extended hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, sometimes at midnight till midnight, we will be working. So, but I found later on that it was giving lot of satisfaction or ego trip, but that is not a good habit. We should try to finish in the committed time. Even if sometimes the participants, most of the time the participants themselves were telling that it is a residential program, sir, and we are not going anywhere. Why don't we continue after dinner or this or that? We're doing that. But I find later on that it's not a good habit. Summarize or have participants summarize the major thrust of the discussion. This we do in the structured training programs also. We spend half an hour time basically for consolidation and then summarization by few people. Comment on or have the group comment on how the discussion went. It is a type of feedback. And if appropriate, help the group decide what the next step should be, if any. Emphasize the commitment to confidentiality and sensitivity to comments shared by members of the group. This is a very important point whenever we are doing, because in the training programs also, occasions come when people have to speak about the practices of their organization or examples of some good bosses or not so good bosses or good subordinates, not so good subordinates. So many things, we encourage that things are shared openly, but people don't share because they don't have the trust. If from the classroom, if the matter leaks out, what is going to happen? So this confidentiality is very, very essential. You know, a very renowned trainer, I will not describe much, otherwise you will know that person. So he was doing a open program in Agra, और वहाँ पे seriousness of about training of organizations, somehow they were discussing. It was a senior people group. And what did the facilitator comment? He made a sentence. Ha 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 ha. Don't speak of that organization. Half of their managers are always in air. तो ये कमेंट दे दिया उसने, और fortunately there was nobody from my organization. मेरा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन था जिसके बारे में उन्होंने कमेंट दिया कि half of their managers are always in air. Always in air means they are on tour. That is what he means to say. और उसमें कोई और था senior officer, and he went to meet my director personal, और वहाँ पे कुछ बात चली ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स की. So he told, yes, our company very often sends us to outside programs. And recently I attended a program by that faculty in Agra. So my director asked, may I know what is the program? Because he also knew that trainer. He used to have in very good humor. He was giving his example to us. तो उसने बोल दिया कि he made this comment, which I did not like. Participant ने बोल दिया. Okay. The person was inside the room and I was standing in charge. I was, I think, manager at that time, deputy manager. I might be deputy manager or manager. So director called me and he's telling himself to give Partha, that person should not enter our organization. हमने बोला क्या यार, ये तो उसके फ्रेंड थे. He was very friendly to him and he was at times he had told me also कि कभी-कभी उसको बुला लिया करो. Or he is telling कि he should not enter our organization anywhere. No, you tell all the units he should not be given any program. He should not be called invited any time. Question is that कि ठीक है, it is the fault of the trainer. लेकिन जो भी क्लासरूम में होता है उसको बाहर निकलने का ये consequences sometimes are very bad consequences. Facilitators also should regulate it. If he finds that there is no, atmosphere of trust inside the room, he should not also encourage going much ahead on these things. So indicate that you and other resident will also be available. It is very essential that I will be available. This is, I think, the last stage, post-discussion review. How will the group stay focused on the topic? What contributed to this? How did the structure and timing contribute to the discussion? How involved were there any individual noticeably silent, angry, or upset? See feedback from others also. Yeah, so these are some of the things. Ground rule was one. There was also another something. Yes, I think it is in the. So this is just an outline, and you will find more information on each of these steps in the handout. There are, different models of conducting group discussion. They are not very big things, but different types of structures, I mean. And those things also, I have added, I think, a big annexure for those things in this presentation. Yes, discussion models, different discussion models. So I think that will be also interesting to you because that will help you to bring out different models or different alternative mechanisms in carrying out discussions in the group when you are facilitating. Yes, any questions, comments before we close? Detailed steps you will get in this handout. Already I have prepared the handout. I'll give you on 6th.
So how will we get the handout? It will be mailed to us?
I will mail it to you, to each one of you who has, or yes, who has made a request, you will get it.
Sir, how do we make a request?
So can I have your mail ID?
Sell your mail ID to me. That's all.
Okay, that's great, sir. Thank you.
Only one line writing that I want to get the handouts, or I send me the handouts. That's all.
Sir, can I have your mail ID, sir? I don't have, sir.
मेल आईडी हमने आपको एक बार कम्युनिकेट किया था, कभी उसमें दिया होगा ना. Okay, my mail ID is parth50 @rediffmail.com or sarathi.parth50 But this Rediff Mail one is my main email ID.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
I think I had sent a message to everybody about this
Right,
handout.
sir.
I sent a mail to everybody that if you need the handouts, you send me your email ID.
We all have your email ID.
So some persons have sent to me. A few persons I have partly sent also, but the whole thing I will send to all the persons on 6th. Not 6th, on the in the 6th session. Anything else you would like to? Now we are having, I think, only 2 sessions. Do you want me to deliberate on or give at least an outline of how to handle a bigger project, problem solving or consulting project?
Yes, sir.
As
Also, how to
facilitation.
design a facilitation project would be great help, sir.
Yeah, so something, this 7, I'm myself not very much satisfied. Sometimes I have to leave, sometimes I have to hurry. But yes, I will give you some outline on that, definitely. And I will send,
great.
maybe today itself or tomorrow, I will send you a questionnaire. That questionnaire is for for getting a feedback by yourself on your skills of facilitating a training session. I will say that is based on facilitating a training session, because most of you are trainers. That is what I understand. So I will send you a 3-page questionnaire, and I will send the instructions. You complete it, and whenever is the next session, most likely it will be on 12th or 13th. Whenever it is next, kindly come ready with that.
Great,
Okay.
sir. Thank you. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. And anything else you'd like to?
Sir, can you comment on how to budget our sessions also?
How to?
How to price our sessions? Structure and price both together, if you can discuss, that would be great, because
Price?
that also will help.
Price?
Sir, client के साथ पैसे कितने लेने हैं sir?
Say to, that depends on that depends on 2 things.
I know, sir, but range.
One
sir.
is that one depends on the norms of the client.
I know,
And
but you have
the
such
other
a huge
is
experience,
your
sir, it would
own
be
worth
great.
in the market.
I know, sir. Structure के साथ, that is also very crucial, because the entire ROI depends on that. So how do you balance it? If just a general view when you are talking of the structure, that would also be
नहीं,
great.
ऐसा है मैम कि let me talk about myself. I don't have any rate for myself. Even now I am doing programs in 5,000 rupees a day also. I am doing a program on 40,000 rupees a day also. So very difficult to fix that. Sometimes I do free of cost also. So yes, and I love doing that. I was talking of, actually I wanted to do many things. I will take 2 minutes. और money, 2 चीज है. ऐसा नहीं है कि money, I am a very rich person. I am not a very rich person. I was from a middle class family, lower middle class, और अभी भी मैं अपने को उसी में मानता हूँ. I had my liabilities. I had 3 daughters and all are married. They are settled. और मेरे पास समय भी है. तो one thing was that कि how to use this time, और इसमें बड़ा मुश्किल है. Approach मैं करता नहीं हूँ. Hardly anybody will say that I have gone to no client to ask for so far. I'm 71-year-old, and I have written to some persons whom I knowing. बस that's all. कोई selling willing नहीं करते हैं. But the desire is that the knowledge which is with me, or the knowledge which I am having, is not sufficient. I should keep on enhancing it, and enhancement takes place when we are doing something like this. When our friend Kaushal Kaushal used to invite me when he was with NTPC. So he left many years ago. He left NTPC. So Kaushal simply gave me a ring and I told him I will do it. Yeah. Question ये है कि how to disseminate this learning. इतना जो रिजर्वायर है या जो भी हमने बहुत मेहनत से जमा किया है, जो भी मैंने जमा किया है उसको यूज होता रहे और वो मार्केट हो गया है. आई एम वेरी सॉरी सिंस यू आस्क्ड फॉर मनी कि द मार्केट हु आर द पीपल हु आर फ्लोरिशिंग. मार्केट हैज बिकम ए टोटल सेल्समैन मार्केट जो अपने को सेल कर सकता है बढ़िया से, उसके पास बहुत काम है. और those who are a bit serious trainers or serious consultants जो clients के अनुसार काम नहीं करते हैं, है ना, so they are, many of them are sitting idle, they don't have any work. और ठीक है, जो वर्क कितना करना था उतना कर दिया, बहुत कर दिया. और that's why there are many persons, many professionals, even professionals, my ex-colleagues or younger people, they keep on contacting me for different things and I'm doing with them whatever I can do. तो वही है. So मैं वो सोच रहा था कि प्रोग्राम्स कुछ करें कभी कभी, लेकिन वो फिर वो सेलिंग का ही प्रॉब्लम है. इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स वाला तो हमने इंस्टीट्यूट के लिए किया था और एक प्रोग्राम हमने किया भी था जिसमें हमको 10-12 लोग मिल गए. तो दैट वाज वेरी यूजफुल प्रोग्राम एंड ठीक है. ओके, सो प्राइसिंग के बारे में नहीं कर सकता. स्ट्रक्चर आई डिडंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट स्ट्रक्चर यू मेंट, हाउ टू स्ट्रक्चर योर प्रपोजल.
Yes, sir. And the program itself, like facility, you showed us, for example, the layers. This
Designing the program you are
that,
telling.
Sorry?
Are you talking about designing the program or something else?
Yes, sir, design.
Designing the program. चलिए देखते हैं, उस दिन कुछ टाइम मिलेगा तो मैं कर दूंगा कुछ. ठीक है.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. That was very helpful. Thank you so much.
इनके लिए there is a very good book by Mr. TV Rao, Harconomics for Talent Management.
Pardon, sir? I
said, sir, costing and pricing के लिए there is a very good book I came across, Harconomics for Talent Management by TV Rao.
हाँ तो TV Rao तो बिजनेसमैन है ना भाई.
Right, sir.
वो तो करेगा ना.
It is actually by TVRLS.
TV Rao is a very close friend of mine, लेकिन उदय के साथ हमने ज्यादा closely काम किया है. TV is also very close to me, very close, personal. But TV तो पक्का बिजनेसमैन है. TV
in fact sir, he has his own model also.
वो सब कुछ है. उदय पारिक and TV Rao, ये दोनों ने तो यहाँ पे सब कुछ knowledge, whatever 90%, more than 90% of the HRD knowledge is because of these two persons, उदय पारिक and TV Rao. बाकी सब कॉपी मास्टर्स हैं. सब लोगों ने जहाँ तहाँ से कॉपी किया हुआ है, लेकिन ये ओरिजिनल जो है एक तरह से जो the concept of human resource management systems what came to our country and some countries in this part of the world, that is totally that is the contribution of Uday Parikh. Very different type of persons. Uday Parikh was also a good businessman also. I am not telling you being a businessman is something bad. है ना, काफी उदय की तो बहुत publications हैं. Okay, shall we close now? Shall we close now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.